All right, there we go. We got the car, where we are, where we want to be, the little steps to get there. Me, my big face here helping you out. So good morning. Good morning. Hey, Shannon, nice to see you. Very prompt. Awesome. Good to see you. I just got something in the mail. I'm kind of curious about it, so I will take it. Cluttered and want to get unstuck? Let's have fun and get it done. Gen X Decluttering Life Coach. Yep, that sounds about right. I don't know if I change anything right there. So, hey, good morning. And I see, what do I see? Crystal and Kit Kat and German Maid. Nice to see you. Leslie, I see you too. And we now know that German Maid actually has a name other than German Maid, which is kind of funny. We discovered that last night. Liz, very cool. Alrighty, so what do we have going on here today? Today is Thursday. Look at me. I'm using my brain. Today is Thursday. I don't know if it feels like a Thursday, but it is a Thursday. I cheated because I looked down here. It is January 29th. January 29th, which means we are almost through with January. You know, and this weather, depending upon where you live, I'm kind of done with it. Speaking of done, I just got back from my yoga class. Farm Girl, nice to see you. And we are here for the next hour or so together. Together forever and never to part. I do feel a bit better. Yes, Kit Kat, so cool. Thank you. Yeah, this has been kind of sucky. Last night, yesterday, the day before, I ate something that did not sit well with me. And I don't know, I'm sick of being sick, but I'm feeling better. Thank you. Yes, thank you for asking, and happy to report that, yes, I'm on the mend. Because as we know, step number one is making sure you feel good physically. Nervous system, right now, I'm feeling pretty good too. I was thinking about this actually when I was in Shavasana, and I was feeling like how we tend to be all like riled up sometimes, and you need to give yourself a moment for the little bubbles to settle. You know? So my bubbles are settling nicely. I hope yours are too. There we go. Nana Joe's got a snow day and no driving the bus. Another one drives the bus. Yay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Feel good physically, feel good nervous system-y. Write down some stuff, chunk it down, put it on your calendar, get stuff done, live a life you love. Well, that's all you need to do. So I guess I'll just save us another 57 minutes. Yeah, no. Sometimes it's that easy. That is the process, but even showing up to do the process can take a while. So in case we haven't met before, my name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach, and my coaching is called Destination Decluttered. Destination like a road trip, destination like a traveling, because I like that better than goals because I'm not a sports person. And being excited about what you're heading towards will help you get there. If you're kind of meh, if you're ambivalent or dreading something, you will not put energy towards moving towards it. You will find excuses and just putter around and not make forward process. That's one of the reasons I call my coaching Destination Decluttered. Getting into the, like, what's in it for me? Something good? All right, now you have my attention. So there we go. Alrighty, Laura Gibbon Voorhees is down in the basement now, trying to escape the noise of hammering work crew. Oh yeah, so notice that. Notice how your physical body can react to things like noises. I am very sensitive to noise. Strangely enough, I'm married to a man who makes noises for a living because he's a musician. But yeah, notice you're distancing yourself from something that doesn't feel good physically, and it also can trigger your nervous system. So yay. Laura GV, I would also encourage earplugs, maybe ear muffs might help. Shutting the door, that's what I do. And hey, it got you down the basement. How can we help you declutter your basement? Now that you're down there, making yourself feel better, you're like, okay, well, while I'm here, why don't I do something good? And isn't that kind of a nice little life theory? Here I am on the planet. Here I am. Why don't I do something good? Okay? So if you're down the basement, Laura, let us know if we can help you. Me and our crew here, because we are a helpful crew. And for those of you who are thinking, I don't know, my assigned tasks, she's assigned herself a task, is to declutter the small freezer. Now, the cool thing is, LGV, I know that you've been decluttering freezers and fridges and stuff like that, so you're getting good at it, right? You're getting good at it. So I bet doing the small freezer is going to be easier. I bet you're noticing what you've done that hasn't worked. Like, man, I put this stuff back there in 1998 and it's still in the freezer. I haven't eaten it yet. What can I do to encourage myself to eat what is in the freezer before going to the grocery store? I love it. Sue's Namaste. I love that name. That's very fun since I just came from my own stretchy yoga class. Very cool. But yeah, I'm here for the next 55 minutes. I do these TikTok lives often. Not every day of the week, but mostly. And for those of you who are part of the email group, everybody's invited to be the email group, except for haters and jerks. I have no tolerance for you guys. DestinationDecluttered.com is my website. Scroll down to the bottom, add your name, join. The reason I say that is because I have yesterday before I started feeling poorly, is I updated the secret page. When you go to the secret page now, you will find the following. You will find the listing of 9 different dates and times for declutter parties in the month of February. February starts next week. Tickets won't be available until Monday, though. You can schedule a one-on-one coaching consultation if you've been waiting for my calendar to open up, if you're interested in working one-on-one with me. Downloading and printing your Pavers and Potholes monthly habit tracker. Yeah, we have like 2 days left of this month, so you might as well print out your new habit tracker and start tracking some good habits, keeping yourself doing that. And then also, the TikTok lives and YouTube live schedule has been scheduled up through next Friday. So a lot of good stuff available to you just for sharing your email address with me, okay, at destinationdecluttered.com. Okay, that was a bit of like the infomercial, like the commercial break. And now back to our show. Now it's time for a breakdown. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it. But I digress. How can I help you with your clutter situation? Okay, there we go. See, this is a cool thing. Farm Girl is saying, I'm planning on. I love a plan. I'm planning on coming to one of your decluttering parties in February. Okay. So the cool thing is, Farm Girl, this is why I put those things on the calendar so you could look at your calendar. I looked at my calendar. See, this is how it works. I looked at my calendar and said, what days of the week and times of the day could I show up to do some declutter parties? And what's a declutter party? It's basically like a very informal but fun Zoom call where you actually put into practice this. I said I'm going to declutter and now I'm going to do it because you have camaraderie. You've got me helping you out and you've paid a little bit of money for your ticket. Your ticket money goes to a good cause. All sorts of things to encourage you. Yes, I'm a planner. Oh, Farm Girl, you're going to love this. I'm a planner too. There is a little zippy pocket thing. I don't know what you call it. A little zip pouch from Blue Q that I saw when I was in Northampton, and this past summer I didn't buy it, so I'm still using that as something fun to look for when I'm going traveling. And it says, I'm a planner. I plan things. And boy, did that resonate with me. But this is how you make a plan. A list is just a list. A list is kind of like, I don't know, it floats around in the air. A plan has a date and a time, has numbers attached to it. Notice a plan is one step closer than a list. You make a list and then you plan to do one thing on the list. There are a list of declutter parties, dates with numbers, times with numbers. You look at those dates and numbers, you look at those, then you compare it to your list of dates and numbers and times, aka your calendar, and you see which one you can, feels easy for you to attend. The neat thing is too, honestly, you guys, you know me, I can be flexible. If none of them work out for you, I say get practice. Use me as like a practice place to ask for what you want. I'm a safe space to ask that because I like to say yes if I can. And if I can't, I like to let you down gently. And so if none of those times work for you, could you reach out and be like, you know what, I would love to have a declutter party on a Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Could you do that? Or maybe we could do one Saturday night or whatever it is. Get comfortable asking for what you want. Yeah, Pretty Patty, you caught me live. Here I am. It's 11:09 Eastern time here in snowy Pennsylvania. But yeah, so I say to you, if you want to get stuff done, let's attach some verbs and numbers to it. Let's also attach some excitement to it, like, why do I want to do this? Because to me anyway, and I don't know about you, okay, Pretty Patty, so it's a few hours early, yet I know we're off. I had a client once in Arizona, and we were always just making sure that the what do you call it? Like the clock was the same thing. Yeah, and I'll be here for the next 50 minutes. So here we are. Okay. So getting back to what's going to help you get stuff done, decluttering and otherwise, I'm just going to really quickly go through kind of my 4, 3, 2, 1 that I'm kind of having fun playing with. So I want to share it with you. 4 things. Okay. 4 things. Make sure you're feeling okay physically. You don't have to feel wonderful, but if you feel wonderful, that's wonderful. If you feel okay, that's good. If you don't feel okay, check. Do you feel okay? Practice doing a scan from the crown on down. How do I feel? Don't just stop. Go all the way down to your little pinky toes, your little piggies. I'm feeling okay. Yep. All right, cool. Number 2, how am I feeling nervous system-y? If you're all up here, or you're flatlining, let's at least get you a little bit calmed down, a little breathing down, a little bit of settling down of the nervous system that may be all bubbling up like this. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, actually, if I do that, can you read that? There you go. Look, Palm Springs, my happy place. Okay. Number 3 is going to be to prep yourself. Grab your notebook. This weekend, somebody go to Staples. Find the 50-cent notebooks. They may be $1 because it's not back to school time. Get a notebook and show up to these decluttering TikTok lives with your notebook. Flip to your back of your notebook and whatever's on your brain, put today's date on it and just write it down. Just get in the habit of take a load off. Take a load off of your brain and your nervous system and write it down on paper. And then whatever you've written down, we'll chunk it down. And then the things you chunk down, that's the thing where you pick what chunks that you want to put on your today's calendar. Okay? That's a very short, small nutshell version of what to do. But it's there for you to be like, wait, what'd she say? Don't worry, this is recorded. It's going to be up on the TikTok, the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel. 3 layers of clutter. So we went from 4 things. Nervous system, or scan your crown from the crown on down, physical, calm down, nervous system, write down, and chunk down. So 4 downs, 3 layers of clutter. Which one do you want to start with? I recommend always the first one. Surface clutter, stored clutter is the second. Third is sentimental. Number two is we're going to look at things. You're looking at things from one point of view. I want you to start to look at things from the second point of view. On one hand and the other hand, the flip side. Okay, there's one perspective. I want you to look at things from the second, the opposite perspective. So that's number 2. Everything has a flip side. And number 1 is going to be, it always helps to define your destination. Your destination to me is number 1 because that provides you focus. You're focusing on a place you want to go to. Okay? Now, Nana Jo says clearing surfaces now. I love it. Some people complain that they're always cleaning the surfaces. And I'm also here to help you when you realize that the systems you have in place, the habits you have in place to declutter, no harm, no shade, no judgment, no phone, no wife, no MARTA card, not a single luxury, like Robinson Crusoe. Oh my God, I'm singing the Gilligan's Island theme. Welcome to my Gen X brain. My name is Beth. I'll be here for the next 45 minutes. Okay, no judgment. But if you aren't getting the result you want out of your process, let's change your process. Okay? Oh my gosh, yes, the island is unburied, and I love it, Nana Jo, because we were talking about Gilligan's Island. Here on Gilligan's Isle. Yay, Laura given GV. It was a minute, and she's already decluttered her little freezer. Having decluttered the other 2 freezers areas has helped. I already had categories to use. Yeah, notice you are creating your own system. Same with me when I'm doing my decluttering of my sentimental things. I discovered that I had 3 chunks that I could chunk things down to. Greeting cards, letters from people, postcards from people. Chunking things down into smaller categories gives you a smaller amount to start with. And anybody who's starting any project at all, starting with a smaller section of it helps you get started. Okay? Alrighty, so Lady V says, I struggle with time, but I also struggle with paying someone to do my organizing. Okay, notice the struggle. I'm yours in the struggle, as my friend Eric Huey would say. A struggle, okay? Pretend this is like a rope and you're at like field day and you're doing a tug of war. There's a struggle between 2 sides of you. One of you is saying, I struggle with time. And then you're also struggling with paying somebody. So there's paying somebody and not paying somebody. And this is what I want to offer to you, Lady V. I will share this with you. This is the way I coach. And I think it's important for you. It can be very beneficial. And again, no shade to anybody who pays somebody to help them learn how to organize. That's what I do. If I did it for you, it wouldn't last. You would not learn how to do it and you would reclutter yourself. Okay? So I can understand why there's a part of you who resists saying, don't pay somebody to help you with that. But I'd be curious what your reason is. Okay? Now, as far as time goes, time is the one thing I will share with you. And this is why I am a decluttering life coach, not just a declutterer. I get it, that it costs money to pay somebody to do something for you. But again, what do you get in return? What do you get in return? Damn it, Donna is offering right over there. Lady V, I paid someone for only 2 hours and it jump-started me. So you don't have to pay somebody forever. Honestly, the way I coach, I love hanging out with my clients. I only work with good people, okay? I truly enjoy hanging out with my clients and helping them, but I also want them to learn the skill I am teaching, practice it with my kind of supervision, kind of like training wheels, but I want them to learn to do it themselves so they can do it for the rest of their lives. But this is one of the things I would offer to you, everybody, okay? The two sides to the coin, the two sides of the struggle. The part of you who says, don't pay somebody, get curious what they are saying over here. Why not? Why not? Yes, okay, I feel it, so notice, well, on the pro side, if I paid somebody, I feel like it would be easier to maintain if it was done. Again, yeah, having to do all the heavy lifting yourself. If somebody cleans it once, it is made easier to maintain. I have paid somebody to clean dust and grime out of my house that I don't want to do. Can I do it? Yes. Have I paid somebody? Yes. It helped me get a kickstart. So this is what I say. Notice the answers that are holding you back. Yeah, German Maid is saying, I pay for other services, so I have more time to maintain my mostly decluttered house. Okay? So I offer to you, understand what's holding you back, but then also understand what it could benefit you. And as a life coach, I will share with you, the only thing you will never get back in life is time. We will never see the hours of 10 a.m. and 10 to 11 a.m. on today ever again. That time is gone and you will never get it back. So to me, two things I will pay for now is pay for somebody to do something that I don't particularly want to do, but if they are doing it, I can do something else that I'd rather do with my time. To me, that's worth it in many instances. The other thing in my aging, will pay to do, I will pay for peace of mind. That is like my number one thing, peace of mind. Knowing that, yes, I paid a few $100s for travel insurance, but if anything goes wrong with my trip, I don't have to worry because I've purchased travel insurance. Peace of mind. Every time I think of something afraid that's going to happen, I have peace of mind that I've done something to decrease the likelihood that the bad thing will happen. Okay? So what I will offer to you, okay, is there is a tug of war. There is a tug of war going on in your head between what you want to do and what you're actually doing. 2 columns, 1, 2. What you want, why am I not, the things I don't want to do, the things I do want to do. 2 columns. The reasons why I am not paying someone to help me declutter. Write those down. Let's be clear about why you're not doing something. And if you're not clear about why you're not doing something, let's quiet things down. Let's create a safe little space and just get curious. Ask yourself, where's my little microphone here? Pretend you're like you're interviewing yourself. Person on the person on the street. So, hey, I'm just curious. What comes up when I ask you, why don't you want to declutter your kitchen counter? I'm just curious. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Just say it. No judgment. Don't hold back. And this is where it can be helpful to listen to the voice in your head. The voice says, I think you have two. You may have more, but you'd have at least two. The one that says no and the one that says yes. The one that says and the one that says why not? Okay? The one that says no, we're used to shutting them up. I say listen to them. There is such valuable info. Okay? There is such valuable info for you to listen to yourself. Okay? SRK is saying there is no place to put it except in frickin' boxes. Okay? Here's a fun thing, SRK. I get that. I'm there with you. Here's the interesting thing, though. Putting something in a box indicates that you have actually made the conscious decision, the alert, aware decision, that you actually want to keep it. And I will say this, there are other places to put things you decide to keep than in a box. You know, and what's wrong with frickin' boxes? Look at all the frickin' boxes I have right here, like frickin' bats. I love a good storage space. Okay? So I say to you, there's nothing wrong with putting things in boxes, but make sure that you like how the boxes look, that you like what you put in the box, that when you put it in the box and you close that box, that you know what you put in that box, so the next time you go to look for it or use it or play with it or whatever, you know where to look for it. So notice how you have a voice in your head going, yeah, there's no place to put it but stupid boxes. Okay, well then make sure the boxes look good. But I also offer this, you got shelves, right? Good morning, Patty. So listen to the voices in your head. Feel free to lovingly have some fun. Talk back to them. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Now, Laura GV is saying it feels really hard. Notice, it feels really hard to look at much at a time. Okay, notice that. Notice the overwhelm of too much. Okay? This is when, Laura GV, chunking it down. I think I am going to need several viewings before I can be okay releasing some of it, any of it. Okay? I love that. That is okay. Is getting used to what you have, is taking, it's very sentimental stuff. Right. Laura GV, what categories could you use to chunk down? Notice the overwhelm of too much, the opposite, the two sides of the column. Too much, chunk it down into smaller bits. So very sentimental here. Anybody is allowed here unless you're a hater, and then I just have no tolerance for you. All right? I say F ICE. I say screw Trump. I say go Minneapolis. So if you're not of that like, you will not find me very supportive here. However, if you're here with an open heart and an open mind and a closed mouth, if you're like that and you're willing to learn, I'm happy to talk with you. Okay? So, Laura GV, chunking down. Okay? Chunking down your sentimental clutter. Okay? And what I just want to suggest to you, notice I even said my sentimental clutter. 3 categories. Postcards, letters from people, greeting cards. You know, stuff from my dad is a category. Stuff from my mom's side of the family. Stuff that's just mine. Stuff that shows me and my husband. Chunk it down. But yes, but you can't really chunk something down unless you're familiar with what you have. Okay? So, Pretty Patty is saying, I'm moving in a house and my son passed in March and my garage is full. I have so much. Yeah, again, Patty, first of all, my heart goes out to you that your son passed away. That fucking sucks. I am so sorry to hear it. Notice you, though, have stuff that is now technically yours, but it is probably the subset. We are chunking things down like we're writing an outline in like 4th grade, okay? You have a subset of the stuff in your house, and your garage is full, and probably of stuff of your son's. Okay? And what I want to offer to you is that taking care of your physical body and your nervous system is going to be imperative during this. And notice, we've got loving people here. They're sending you good vibes, as do I. But this is why it is so important, I think, to learn how to work with yourself, your nervous system, to take care of yourself, to know that this might be a tough time. But notice you can overwhelm yourself. Overwhelm is, on the one hand, we want to calm that down. Okay? Taya is here, designed at the right time. I am in the process of organizing my sewing area. Categories, categories, categories. Now, Patty, Patty, take your time doing this, but know that you, if you're moving, that may kind of rev up the speed with which you need to do things. But at any times possible, move forward at a pace that feels safe to your nervous system, but also practice strengthening your nervous system, regulating muscles, calming down, slowing down, feeling safe, writing down your thoughts, creating a strength in you, no matter how little it starts with. I just came from yoga. I could barely do anything because I've been really sick for the past many weeks, and so I'm like weak. But start with one push-up, okay? But also, do not overwhelm yourself, your nervous system, by saying, oh my God, I have so much and it's going to be, and I can't, That's your backseat driver. That's the voice in you. And I will say that voice will not help you. The voice of love and calm, okay? The voice of love and calm, please do that, okay? Yeah, I've been working on it for months and I get overwhelmed. I'm 67 and just tired of it. Pretty Patty, this is when it might be a good idea to get other people helping you with it, okay? To get other people to help you with it. And yeah, at 67, so I'm 59 right now, so I am doing a lot of decluttering of my life prior to 60 because I don't want to deal with that stuff when I'm older and have even less energy than I have now. Patty, who is it? Who do you know? And it may be nobody who could help you that would actually help and not hinder the process. This can also be a great opportunity for you to hire somebody who is trained in helping with this type of stuff. Okay? And yes, Judy, luckily I am feeling better today. But be kind to yourself, but please, you do not need to do it alone. Okay? There's no nobility in doing it on your own. Some things you will need to make decisions on your own, but once you make a decision, you can offshore, you can delegate the tasks of getting those things somewhere else. You bring that to the Goodwill. You call the guy and sell it to him. You put that, go drive that to your, kid's house and drop it off. You put that in the garbage. So everybody here, the only way we're ever going to get shit done is to work together towards a goal that is honorable and good. Okay? So get some people in your life that will help you. And if you don't have them, if you hang out with judgy people or people who are going to make it worse, that is when spending money to hire somebody who is non-judgmental to help you is money well spent. It is an investment in getting it done and you not losing your shit. Okay? So, yeah. Okay? Be kind to yourself. Gen X, Debbie Z says, had 2 friends help me when my mom passed. Yeah. Hopefully you have good friends. I hope you do. And good friends will help you. Good friends do not judge you. Now, they may not have the best skills as far as getting stuff done, but they will help you to the level of their ability. Okay? Yes, it may be hard to delegate during grief, but they want to help you. Okay? Yeah. One box at a time, one thing at a time. How do you find someone to hire? I'll offer this because somebody was asking me. So I will say with you. So like, for example, my clients find me on TikTok. Now that TikTok is going under, it has definitely affected my business, but you can do this. How do you find someone to hire? The number one thing I would do, frankly, is there is a group. It's called NAPO, the National Association of Professional Organizers. And there are people who are part of that. I'm a member, but I'm not an active member, who are trained in helping people like that. I'm not active a lot because I do my own thing. I'm like a loner dotty, a rebel. I do my own thing and I enjoy doing it that way. But the people who will come to your house will most likely be part of NAPO, NAPO. Look it up. The other thing too is you can Google home organizers in my area, people who will come and do the physical work for you. Okay? I have done that before. I've been paid to help people move out of their houses and set them up again and to sell the stuff. It's not what I want to do in my portion of life, but you find someone to hire. You also, I say this with anything. If you want to find somebody good to work with, I hope you have friends and neighbors you can ask. Okay, user 5924 says they're charging an arm and a leg. Okay. Interesting that we all have thoughts and feelings about money, and your arm and a leg could be somebody else's pocket change. But I also say the value is in is it worth it to you? Is it worth it to you? For you, an arm and a leg, not so much. Maybe if they're just charging an arm or a couple of fingers. But notice if money is a roadblock for you getting stuff done, that is a place that can be really interesting to hang out and learn more about how your thoughts and feelings about money affect your life. Okay? And I say this, and I highly recommend this book too, because this book changed my life, and it never even occurred to me, frankly, until about 10 years ago, that I had thoughts and feelings about money that were jamming up my life. And it's called You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. Okay? Yeah. Damn it, Donna says, it saved my mental headspace. Yes. How much would you pay for peace of mind? I am thinking of going away in April, and I just got a quote for travel insurance. Is my peace of mind worth $500? I don't know. Maybe it is. Okay. And yeah, Gen X WZ, yes, big time. Gen Xers were raised to do it by yourself, so we can be extra uncomfortable in asking for help. We may see looking for help as some sort of weakness or moral failure, and it ain't. It ain't. We are a pack animal. We will not survive on our own. We need community. We need people. We are there to help people. Other people are there to help us. And sometimes they're the people who show up, who text you, like 3 days ago. Friends of ours texted being like, yeah, we're going to show up at your house with our snowblower in a few minutes, just so you know. God, we're lucky. Sometimes you're not lucky to have that, but you can pay somebody to blow your snow. Okay? So I suggest to all of us, Gen Xers, everybody, money is there to help you live the life you want. If you don't spend the money, but you're staying in, as you know, WV Kimchi says, I love the feeling of coming home to a clean, tidy home. It's worth paying for. Yes, walking into your home and being like, oh, this is great. I don't have to do it. Yeah. You know? Yeah, and the other thing is, too, is if you're uncomfortable spending your money on stuff or you don't have enough, I'm not going to judge anybody's monetary situation. I'm not going to judge you. But what I will say from my own personal experience is I have had the money, but I've been afraid to spend it because of what it might have meant. That I won't get it back again, that I'll get poor, that I should have been able to do it myself, that I could have gotten it cheaper. And in the meantime, man, the things that I have spent some money on, I've gotten more value out of than I ever have, having kept the nickels in my pockets. Okay? Ooh, I love that. I think that's a great idea. WV Kimchi says, my neighbor and I hired the same cleaner and negotiated a group rate. Yeah, just think of it. That person comes to your neighborhood. They do your house 4 hours in the morning. They do the other person's, and you're on a regular schedule. People like that. Okay? But I will say to you, as a personal and a professional, I know that our thoughts about money create feelings, and our feelings about money create whether we easily pay for it, we reluctantly pay for it, we hang on to it. It's a fascinating place to be. It really is. So you're not alone if you're saying, they charge an arm and a leg. If somebody is paying that arm and a leg, somebody is getting a clean house and paying that much. If you don't want somebody who charges an arm and a leg, find somebody who charges less. But I say to you, there are certain times when it is so worth it. Yeah, get connected in the community, do a barter system. Vico, nice to see you. I will say this. We all are on our own journeys, but finding the one that gets you moving towards, so you're just living the life you love sooner rather than later. Okay? What I discovered, honestly, this past year, I said, I'm going to hire somebody to clean my house once a month. Well, you know what I found out? My husband and I don't make that much of a mess. I had somebody come twice last year and do some dusting and cleaning and mopping when I didn't feel like it. I was helping a neighbor who has her own business. Okay? I was helping her. She was helping me. It felt good. I didn't have to be there doing that. I could be here working with my clients while she's doing that. So I just offer to you, notice, like a road trip, okay? Like a road trip, there are going to be, there may be a roadblock that's stopping you from living. What is the roadblock between you? You're driving and there's a block in the road and you've stopped and you're out, you can see it, but there's something that's stopping you from just living in the decluttered life you want. Let's get out of the car and get curious and stop just running up against when you can't see what it is. Let's get out and look and see what's in the road. What is it? Oh, and you know what I'm going to say it is? You guys, fear. It's the fear of something. It's the fear of something. I would not say it so confidently if I did not know, think and feel and know that to be true personally and professionally. So I give you that. You get out of your car and you wonder why you can't move forward. It's because there's like a cinder block in front of your tire and it has the word fear on it. Okay? Pretty interesting, wouldn't you say? I'm not afraid of anything. Oh, yes, you are. Yeah. Yeah, love gardening. I love that you mentioned this. Have you posted your TikTok dates on the secret page? Yes. I have not received any emails. Yes. I do not like to clutter up people's mailboxes with emails. Honestly, so yeah, love gardening. If you go to the secret page, you're going to see all sorts of new stuff. I will share with you between now and Monday, there will be one email coming out, and you know what it basically is going to be? Like all of my emails is, hey, the secret page has been updated. Go look there for all the good stuff, okay? Yeah. So I just share with you that I don't want to clutter up your email box because God knows I've seen a cluttered email box or two, okay? The secret page is secret, pretty Patty. So the secret page is basically where all the cool stuff is that I offer to people, but I don't like to offer it to trolls. So what I ask you to do in order to get access to that secret page is I say, hey, if you're interested in what's in the secret page and you're not a troll, go to my website, destinationdecluttered.com, scroll down to the bottom of the page and you're going to see something that says join the email group. So basically, you give me your email and say, hey, I'm not a troll. I say, okay, cool. Here's the key to the secret page, and it's a hyperlink to a page on my website. It's not public. It only goes to the people who have been nice enough and kind enough and human enough to say, here's my email address. Do not spam me. Okay, destinationdecluttered.com. And as I mentioned, we have declutter parties happening in February. February is next week, people. Scheduling a one-on-one consultation. If you want to pay me money to be your one-on-one coach, you want to learn more about that, you can schedule a consultation so we can discuss coaching together. Downloading a habit tracker that I use myself. This is mine. Oh my God, I almost did that annoying thing. And then also the schedule for the TikTok lives and the YouTube lives. All of that is it's like a one-stop shop. Okay? So I hope that helps. You can follow me here on TikTok if you want, but TikTok's acting weird, has been for the past years. Yay! Oh, this is so good. This is so good. Kara's Garden. So Kara had an idea in her head that she wanted a new couch, new to her. She looked out there, she found it. She sold some of her clutter to pay for it. She got the new fridge, she got the new couch. She had room in her garage to put the old couches there because she had decluttered so much. And she's now informing us, she's keeping us in the loop. We like to hang out and see what people are doing. Sofas were just picked up. It went to a food collab and free cafe on the Cape for the food insecure. So notice what she is doing. She's getting what she wants, which is that cool IKEA couch she'd been coveting. And she's helping other people for food insecurity because now they'll have a comfortable place to sit in the cafe. Okay? Yeah, Pretty Patty, you don't even have to check your emails. Everybody, just check the secret page. The link to that page never changes. Bookmark it. Okay? Yay. You can treat yourself kindly and help other people. It is not an either or. It is a yes and. Yes, I decluttered and all of these good things happened because of it. Okay? I Love It Beautiful Life says folding clothes while listening, yay, and as doing that, got rid of 12 things to donate or ditch. Yeah. Always have a donation bag or box at the ready. I always have a clean plastic bag hanging from the hook on the back door of our bedroom so that when we decide sorry, I forgot to shut off my texts and they're coming through fast and furious. So I'm trying to focus. Beth Blinders. So that when you decide that you want to let go of something, there's an easy place to put it when the decision is made. Okay? All right, user 5924, I moved and looking to downsize my clothes. So notice, there's a bunch of clothes, you want less of them. I don't know where to start. The great thing is you can start with anything, but I'll just do the quick recap. Okay? Gen Z is saying I've got a plethora of t-shirts. I need to do that too. Yay, Nana Joe's dining table is cleared. Awesome. Okay, so make sure you're feeling okay physically, because if you're not, everything else will suck afterwards. Do something to make yourself feel good physically. Today, throughout the day. Okay? Make sure you're feeling okay in your nervous system, that you're not all distracted and also, distracting yourself from the news temporarily can be good for your nervous system, and focusing on something mundane like t-shirts and clothing can give your nervous system a rest. Okay? So, if you don't know where to start, what I would highly recommend is number 3 and 4, writing down and chunking down. Chunking down means categorizing. So if you're looking to downsize, clothes is general. So write down from clothing, what are 3 categories of your clothes? And categories can depend. It can be summer clothes, winter clothes. That can be my fat clothes, my clothes I wear now, and clothes that I don't fit into because it's too small. They can be t-shirts, socks, underpants. Find a category. Don't start with all clothes. It's like going to a store, going and finding the women's clothes versus the men's clothes, mine versus my kids. Chunking things down. Okay? Yeah. Alrighty. So, chunking it down. Same thing with t-shirts. Gen X is Debbie Z. Black t-shirts, colored t-shirts. Oversized t-shirts, baby doll t-shirts. Ones that I like but I don't wear. Ones that I wear all the time. Chunking it down is going to help you. There we go. WV Kimchi. Sounds like you got a cool neighborhood. My friends have a big plastic bin that we rotate through the group and add clothes or take clothes. What a cool idea. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Babu? I'm doing a TikTok. All right, he just came in. All right. So, Patty is saying she had a meeting with her family. All right, decluttering and reorganizing the meds, the vitamins, first aid, etc. It's become an overflowing mess. Notice it's overflowing out of the container you have it in. It needs to be easy to see and not stacked on top for family. This is new information from a dinner meeting. Okay, I am thinking that you will need to determine what you need on a daily basis and find a container that achieves that effect. Okay, but it's not too small so it overflows. Okay? So I love this. Patty, now you have something to focus on and solve for. It's not stacked. It needs to be. So finding out where to do those things. Okay, good stuff. A Wild Sierra says, I always put a sentimental value to everything. How do I overcome that? You notice that, and maybe you stop before you imbue it with the sentimentality. But also, I bet you always don't do it on everything. That paper, that Kleenex that you just blew your nose on, did you attach a sentimental value to that? I hope not. Aw, poor boogers. They're not in my nose anymore. No, silly. You don't do it with everything, okay? You do it with some things. I think many of us do. I know I do. But what I do is I become very particular. I notice when I start to be imbuing something with a story and I say, wait a minute, let me back off of that, okay? Let me back off of that. But also that story, is there a way I can remember that story without keeping the item? And you have gotten into the habit of creating a story behind things. You can also just ease up on the storytelling. It's just a Kleenex. You can throw it away. Okay. There we go. City Girl, do you recommend selling on Poshmark? If you want to. What do you want to do? I don't do it because none of my clothes are worth selling. I like to give away my clothes because it's easier for me. But if you want to make money, practice it. You know, anybody who works on Poshmark, feel free to chime in and help City Girl. But I say, what do you want? Okay? What do you want? Do you want to do it? Are you curious about selling on Poshmark? I have sold stuff before, and at the era of life I'm in now, I'm feeling ambivalent about the amount of work it takes to make that little bit of money. I'd rather do less work and make less money. Okay. So, user 5379, advice for sorting through Post-it notes from work. I have a large pile I need to sort through. Yes, I only use Post-its in a certain amount. What I would do this, again, sorting through anything. All right, everybody, listen up. Sorting through anything, start to think of categories, okay? Post-it notes from work is a category, but there might be a subcategory. There's a Post-it note of things I need to do, and I would say stop writing Post-it notes of things you need to do. Start writing them in the back of a notebook like this, so they're all in one place, so you can cross them out, all right? Notes of things I've already done I can throw away, all right? You know? User 5379, so earlier too. Also, I'm worried there's important info on some of them, so I don't want to trash them. So go through them piece by piece. It's only a tiny little bit, right? I mean, how much can you write on a Post-it note? Every little bit, every one you write, nope, not important, I feel good throwing away. Not important, I feel good throwing away. Ooh, that one's important. I'm going to keep that one and even just stick it in the back of my notebook. I'm glad I caught that one. That one's not important, I threw it away. Go a little bit at a time. Don't let things stack up. And if you have stacked them up, chunk down the stack. Okay? Now, Beautiful Life is saying it's hard to do with clothes people gave me. This is when I want you to think of this. The person who gave you the clothes still loves you, even if you don't wear the clothes they gave you. And if they don't love you because you donated the clothes, that's really interesting. Okay? Yeah, you can tell yourself a different story. This is the story I'm telling myself that causes me to hang on to stuff. What story can I tell on the other hand, what can I tell myself that makes it feel easier to let go of it? Yeah. Now, City Girl says, makes sense. I think me attempting to sell is more procrastination. Yeah, me too. Oh, I could make money from this. Here's what you might want to do, City Girl. Take 3 pieces of clothing that you were thinking of selling on Poshmark. Pull out the ones you think you would get the most money for. Look them up on Poshmark. How much are other people asking for them, and how much have people sold them for in the past? Then see, again, it goes back to time. Is the time I need to invest to create an account, learn the platform, take the pictures, write the description, post the stuff, maintain it, get back to people, get the money, send it to them? What ends up being, this is what I like to say, is what ends up being my hourly rate? Sometimes I do all that, and the money I made, I would have made less. I've made more money being a cashier at Wegmans. Okay? So, yeah, notice you're procrastinating, but again, money, 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 money jams things up, adds another layer of thoughts and feelings to decluttering. But I paid a lot for it. I don't like it, but I paid a lot for it. Well, I got it for free, you know? Seriously, guys. All right? Now, yep, listing clothing for sale takes a ton of time, says Lori Shaw. Yeah, other people make a living out of it. It all depends on what you want. And what I want for you, frankly, what I want for every single one of you is to get to and be living in your destination decluttered as soon as possible and feeling good about how you get there and feeling good about staying there, because that's where I am now. And it feels awesome. And you know what also feels awesome is having gone through and decluttered a fuck ton of my own stuff, both surface, stored, and sentimental in the past year, if not 5 to 10 years, is knowing that I'm not going to have to deal with this later on in my life, that I feel good about what I'm doing now, that I am also changing my habits. When I go traveling now, I don't nearly buy the amount of souvenirs, if any, that I used to back in the day. That makes it easier for me to not have clutter to then declutter. Okay? Yeah. And so I offer to you, I'm here to help you like a tour guide next to you, but you're doing the driving and saying, how can we get you there at a pace that feels good while you're driving, get you there, and then while you're there, you've now picked up some habits so that you don't reclutter your new Bobby Dream house. Okay? Yeah. Now, Beautiful Life is saying, trying to save my loved ones from decluttering my stuff. Yeah, because you want to make the decisions about you want. Okay? So, what do you want? As I said, what I want for you is for you to get curious and want to be figuring this stuff out and then doing this stuff so you can practice taking these steps and be like, whoa, I see a difference. I feel a difference. I know Laura GV when she's here, and every time I show up, and different people, when I do my TikTok lives and YouTube lives and declutter parties, people show up and actively are decluttering while I'm there chatting with them. And if they get stuck, I can help them, but they get the experience. It's like learning to ride a bike, okay? It is a life skill that you just were not taught a good way of doing it when you were growing up, or when you were a mid-teen or a 20 or 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, but it's never too late. It is never too late to learn a skill that's going to make the rest of your life feel awesome. Okay? Yay, Life with Lisa likes to listen to me and my advice, so thank you so much. I will be here for the next 7 minutes or so. Then I actually jump into coaching my clients. But there are TikTok lives and YouTube lives scheduled for this week and next week. Pretty Patty is asking, how much do you charge for a consultation? I do not charge anything for a consultation, and I will tell you why. Because the consultation itself is really just a chat between the two of us to basically determine if it makes sense for us to work together in a paid coaching relationship. So I do not charge for that. What I do charge for is work. When we say yes, then you pay for coaching. And if you're curious about the coaching, I would say get used to, you know what I mean? Like, notice that you're going to have a conversation with yourself and maybe other people you work with or live with about money spent on coaching. Decide what the benefits are of coaching. What will that money get me? And I will tell you. To me, I have not upped my prices in years now, because I know that in these last 2 years, with all sorts of political things going on, people are more afraid financially. So I don't want to add to the fear. So I've not raised my prices. But you will also find out the price of my coaching if you sign up for a consultation. I send you a big email with all sorts of info in it that also includes the price of my 10 session coaching package. And then from all that information, even that can help you decide whether coaching would be worth it to you or not. Okay? Yeah. So Zalia K is saying, I'm so emotionally attached to things or how much it costs. Coaching can help you with that. It can. I used to be, notice how I'm phrasing this, I used to be a lot more emotionally attached to things and how much they cost than I am now. And I like how I feel better now. My life feels easier when I am less attached. I'm not attached to things. I still tell stories about stuff. I still create stories about things and keep them and the stories. But I don't do it with as tight a cling as I used to. And it feels better to not be gripping onto things for fear of forgetting. Okay? Yeah. And Gen Z says, classes in college got me over the money. What you spent is a sunk cost. You're right. You never get it back. So make sure that you are sinking your money into something that you will actually benefit from and also use the information. Now, to get a college degree, many of us have taken classes that we never use the info, but it was more about showing up and learning something. So when you feel ready to learn and be open and get into what we're kind of just touching the surface on right now, when you say, yeah, I really want that, the neat thing is that it's so funny, math, people will see the amount of money that I charge for my coaching, and I say, you got to pay it all up front. There's no payment plan. You got to pay it all up front before you even start the 10-session package. Many people will be like, well, if it's that amount, it's 10 sessions, and it's really this amount per session. That has nothing to do with the fact that the skills that you learn through coaching are skills you will have until you die. It's like learning to ride a bike or to drive a car. You learn to do it once. You pay somebody to teach you something, but then you practice it on your own and you ingrain it into your life, and then you also can share it with people, you know? And I will share this with you too. Many of us, I know myself, I grew up, I'm Gen X. I was raised by silent generation and depression era people, and I don't have kids of my own, but I've got nieces and nephews who are also different generations from us. And we are all affected by clutter and thoughts of feeling of money and lack and abundance and all of this. Now that I've changed the way I think and feel about these things, I show up and I can model a better behavior for my nieces and nephews so they do not run into the same clutter problems that I and my generation are running into. Okay? So that's why I feel so good about doing a lot of this stuff pro bono, as it were, here on a TikTok live and a YouTube live and the declutter parties. But what I will say is also helping people in the privacy of just a conversation between me and you on Zoom. Okay? I love it. Leslie says, I've loosened the emotional grip, and the extra space and organized life feels, not just feels good, but feels so good. Me too, Leslie. Notice if you're all tight and gripping onto everything, it doesn't feel good. Relax your grip on your stuff. Where's my little, here it is. Okay? Relax your grip. Let one part either say, yes, I want to keep it and feel good about it, or yes, I want to let go of it and let go of it, but keeping yourself in tension, fighting, that's freaking exhausting. So interview the people who are on either sides of the tug of war, your fear-based backseat driver and your love-based co-pilot. Okay? Which one's going to make you feel better? And it's not a one and done. You learn this, but then you ingrain it in your life. And man, have my last 5 years of my life felt better than the 55 years that preceded it. I love it. And this is great too. Yay, Nana Joe. All tax documents in a folder ready to go. You rock. Gen X WZ says, daughter thanked me for decluttering. She saw what I went through with my mom's house. Yeah, I know. My nieces and nephews are grateful for Auntie Beth being the decluttering person when they see their grandmother's house and their great-grandmother's house. I don't even want to get into that one. My God. They are secretly and overtly relieved that somebody else is dealing with this stuff, but I am also going to show them that you can live without a lot of clutter and feel good. And as Farm Girl says, it really is freedom. Yeah. Freedom. Loosening your grip. Doesn't it feel good? I mean, I just tightened up all my muscles. That doesn't feel good. That's not good. The opposite. Release. Relax. It's okay. All right? So, on that lovely, relaxed, calm note, I'm going to sign off now. We've got a TikTok live and a YouTube live tomorrow. If you want to know when and next week, destinationdecluttered.com is where you sign up for the mailing list. Sign up for the mailing list. You get an automatic link to the secret page. If you're already on the mailing list, don't even wait for an email from me. Bookmark the secret page and check on it often. I always update that before I ever send out an email. There will be an email going out this weekend because I want to make sure everybody knows when the tickets for the declutter parties are going to be available on Monday. So there will be an email, but why wait for an email? Be proactive. Bookmark the secret page and see when Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, see when the TikTok lives are, see when the declutter parties are, put them on your calendar and show up, okay? All right, now I'm going to go have some fun and get some stuff done. I hope the same for you, all right? See you later. Nice to see familiar names and people I haven't met yet.